Hey, good afternoon. It's me, TK, your coach on the rocks. Yeah, it's been a long day for me too. Hopefully, you're doing absolutely wonderful. I always love talking to you, wonderful people. So what I wanted to talk, and by the way, give me a wave, give me a thumbs up if you're here, so I can see that you're actually watching. Everything seems to be technically okay. So today I wanted to talk about hey Schmat. I wanted to talk about how sometimes something interesting happens when you're working remotely. So we've got today with my team we had a dare I say a successful live session with a lot of great viewers. And what happened is, people were commenting, we were having fun, interacting, and it just felt like such an amazing meeting, such an amazing show, such an amazing, dare I say, meetup. So we were incredibly buzzing, right? It all went well. I had no technical difficulties, which I might get into. And some of you have been there. Rani, I think you've been there. So after we've ended, we've pushed all the buttons. The stream has ended. I was like so pumped. I've co-hosted with Arif, and he was also so pumped. And it's very interesting because normally after such a big event, if you were there in person, you would think, oh, we'll just stay behind, talk to people, try to wind down. But if it's a remote event, you just press all the buttons and you still sit in the same seat. Nothing physically changed around you. It's just on the screen. And it's quite an interesting feeling because you're still buzzing, but you've got nowhere to physically release this energy, that I say so, in this way. Um, it is a similar thing to what people experience when it comes to not having the commute, which I don't mean saving time, which is a wonderful aspect of remote work, but not knowing where they're at work and out of work. Especially when they're working from home or they're they don't have a separate office which they go back and forth from. So I think in these circumstances, it's incredibly important to have some sort of a ritual to be able to go in and out of a situation if your physical circumstances don't really change. What do I mean by that? Well, I had to go get a coffee. Arif went to get some lunch and, go get a walk just to like shake this off. It was a good feeling, but we needed to return and do some mundane work. Posts. We needed to work on some workshops for a client, a proposal. So it just didn't feel like this is the right way of doing that to go there straight away. And after, getting a short walk, getting back, everything returned to quote unquote normal and we could get back to doing the usual things. On one hand, it's very strange. This is something new to get used to. On the other, it just shows that, doing things in person sometimes, you are using up a lot of this transition time, getting in and out of the groove. And it's just important to get a similar experience when you're remote. Personally, I do cycle in the morning. Um, I do go for a coffee when I end work or go and paint my Warhammer miniatures, go to a different room. A lot of the clients I have as coaching clients struggle with that. They, are working remotely, although they're not cut out for that. And a lot of times when I'm working with that, one thing that emerges is, oh, we just sit there all the time. You don't have to. There's so many benefits of remote work. You can work from the park sometimes, like a boring meeting. Why don't you take a walk? You might listen to it. You don't have to, like, you can even show your peers on Teams or whatever, on Zoom, whatever you're using, the wonderful place you're in. If you live close to a park, you probably live close to something that you can take a walk at. So it's just important to always mark your transitions. Like, for instance, chorus in a song. Always have something to let your brain know that the situation has changed. There are many benefits, but there are also things worth to get used to. So, yeah, thank you for coming. For those of you that came to the Agile 101, there is the next one, which I'm going to post quite soon on the Humble Associates profile. And on Thursday, we're going to get Rebecca Kemp and going to have an interesting Agile fireside discussion. Thank you so much for being here with me. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow. Again, I'll be traveling and I'll be testing a new microphone. So let's see. Well, not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow. So let's see how that goes. Thank you. And as always, stay safe and stay happy. Cheers. Now we need to press a different thing. Okay, so boom.